Howdy there, folks. I'm Gene the Pink Panther. I promised you guys I'd get back to Pokemon Red, and I am. So if you remember, in part number 4, that rat bastard cheated us out of 500 Pokédollars, and we got a Magikarp for it. One of the weakest Pokemon, but it does turn into one of the best. Because I decide that I don't want to use that Pokemon that it turns into, I don't want to use it. It'll make this game that much easier, and I want there to be some kind of a challenge. Plus, I already have Squirtle. I don't want to use it. I decided to put it in the PC. Mount Moon Tunnel entrance. Awesome. We're going to go through Mount Moon here. And, holy crap, does this place have a lot of Zubats. Seriously, all my friends actually tell me that they hate Zubat because of how frequent it is. I never realized just how bad it is when I just play through the game, because, I don't know, I just don't. Holy crap. Editing this, I had to cut out at least 40 Zubat battles. None of which I actually fight. I always run away. It just, holy crap. And yeah, as you can tell, we're fighting a bug catcher again, which means we're gonna fight Weedles and Kakunas and blah blah blah. You know, all the crap that we've been seeing up until now. I promise, eventually there's gonna be more diverse enemies, but yeah. For right now, we just gotta put up with this. I think it has a Weedle and maybe a Caterpie. Maybe it's a Weedle and a Kakuna. It doesn't matter, it's a bug catcher, who cares? Seriously, no one cares about the bug catchers. Yep, Kakuna. Kakunas, as always, and I've already mentioned this probably multiple times, are easily the easiest enemies in this game. Them and Metapod, they're a joke. Especially when you get a critical hit. You got me! Of course I did. I have a Squirtle. Which, no. Bad Squirtle! Bad! No evolving! Like I've mentioned before, probably, I want to keep Squirtle a Squirtle for a while. It increases the challenge, and plus it's going to speed things up in the long run. I kind of stalled out there. I think I had to get up for a second. And we found a potion. Yay! Anyway, we head over this way, and we get into another battle. In case you can't tell, most of the battles in Mount Moon you can skip. There's only maybe 3, maybe 4 you have to actually battle. Even then, I'm probably wrong. It's probably less. Anyway, we're gonna beat up this girl. Just because we're like that. I'm kidding. Anyway, it's Clefairy, and this is a very annoying Pokemon to fight right now. Seriously, this took way longer than it ever needed to. Because of frickin' Sing. I hate Sing. It has a lot higher accuracy in this game than it does in later games. It's a lot harder to use in later games. Probably because there's so many other sleep-inducing moves. Anyway, it uses Pound. We're still asleep. It's beating the crap out of Squirtle and growling at it. I don't even know how Growl would work when Squirtle's asleep, honestly. Seriously, I assume that Growl works by intimidating the enemy and, making them afraid so it lowers their attack. If Squirtle's asleep, how in the world is that working? I don't know, just me thinking about stuff, it's funny. Because there's a lot of stuff like that in Pokemon games. And I love that it's just sitting there using Growl instead of Pound. If it were to actually start pounding me more, it so would have beaten me. Since Water Gun is not a physical attack, it's a special attack, Growl's doing nothing. Times like this, I wish I'd get a critical hit. Or that works. I thought it was going to take 2 more hits. Evidently, I was wrong. Yes, you lost. What, you thought you won? Anyway, I go and heal at a Pokemon Center. And we're right back where we left off. So, let's keep moving on through Mount Moon. Mount Moon's actually relatively big. And all that for, it's relatively big for one of the earlier dungeony... I guess dungeony is not the right word. Which it's not even a word, so blah. Cavern type place. Ooh, I like him. What is he, a graduate? Oh, bejeebus, it's Team Rocket. They're Pokemon gangsters. He has a friggin' whip. That's awesome. But alas, he has a Sandshrew. as we've already experienced, ground and rock type Pokemon, they just can't handle a Squirtle. They just can't take it. See? Especially when you couple a critical hit on top of super effective. And a Rattata or RATTATA, I still don't know, and honestly I don't care. I really don't care. It's a rat. Although I do have to say, Rattata or RATTATA, take your pick. I'm just gonna pick one from now on. Anyway, it can actually be really, really tough towards the beginning because it learns Quick Attack, which I'm pretty sure I discussed in an earlier video, how much I love Quick Attack. But it also gets a really, really overpowered move for this early in the game called Hyper Fang. It actually gets this at level 13, I think. So yeah, it might be worth your while to level up a Rattata for a little while, just because Hyper Fang's really, really overpowered for right now. Oh, and the Zubats. This early on, Zubat's actually pretty weak. There's only a small handful of Pokemon that it can hurt really bad. So, it only has 2 moves up until, like, level, I don't know, 16, I think. Which isn't that far, but because the 2 moves aren't very good, it seems like it takes forever. The moves it has are Leech Life and Supersonic. Supersonic is, of course, a confusion move, in case you were wondering. His associates won't stand for him getting his ass kicked. But yeah, Supersonic's a confusion-inducing move, which is another status effect. I think I mentioned it before. Anyway, and its other move is Leech Life, which basically it deals a very small amount of damage and heals Zubat a little bit. And unfortunately, it's a Bug-type move, and Bug-type Pokemon are really, really, really underpowered. They don't actually get any kind of real strength to them in the Pokemon games until generation number 4 with Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Look at this. You can skip by like everybody in Mount Moon, which I don't know, maybe I'll start doing that. It's a super nerd. Not sure what makes him a super nerd, but okay then. And he has lightning Pokemon. He actually has a Magnemite and a Voltorb, if I'm not mistaken, and I think these are the first lightning Pokemon we're actually encountering. I think. I can't remember if I ran into a Pikachu or not. I don't think so. Anyway, lightning-type Pokemon, if they actually had lightning moves, which I don't think these do, they'd actually rip me apart pretty bad, because both of my Pokemon are weak against lightning-type attacks. I do think that one of them has the move Sonic Boom. I don't think they use it on me, but I think they do have it. And Sonic Boom would actually rip me apart pretty bad, too. What Sonic Boom does is it always does 20 damage when it hits, no matter what. It doesn't matter defense, resistance, nothing. Always 20 damage. And as you can tell by looking, Pidgey has 39 HP max, meaning 2 Sonic Booms and Pidgey's down. So Sonic Boom's actually pretty bad, too. Early on. By the end of the game, if you still have Sonic Boom and are actually using it, then you're going to be getting your ass kicked pretty bad. I wonder why Voltorb's so yellow in this. Seriously, Voltorb's not yellow at all. I think it's because it's a lightning Pokemon, but still. Still. And I love Sand Attack. I think Voltorb is the one with Sonic Boom, which is why I'm spamming Sand Attack right now instead of just killing this thing, because I don't want him to hit me with it. Although, by the time I got done Sand Attacking and all that before then, if I would have just been using Quick Attack, which I love, I probably would have already been done. In fact, I know I would have. It took 3 Quick Attacks to kill Voltorb. Yay, level 15! That doesn't really amount to a lot. It's not a significant level. Early on, the most significant levels, from what I've been able to tell when I play, or how I feel rather, is 12, 16, and then 18. I know that seems like a little bit of an odd choice. It's just, that's when the levels seem most significant to me. Oh, and this is the one Zubat that I leave in because I actually catch this one. I had to watch every single Zubat battle when I edited this, like, oh shoot, how long ago was that? A couple weeks ago, right after I finished Super Mario Bros. 3. I edited this video and all that. And since then, I haven't had a lot of time, but I've been working on getting the whole entire game recorded, because I think I mentioned it already. If not, then I'm mentioning it now. If I have, then, oh, you're gonna hear it again. like I said at the start of Super Mario Bros. 3, I have to do these games a different way. The way I was doing them before, it just wasn't working. I already know what I'm going to do to make this go by a lot smoother. I've been playing around with some new stuff because I want to make this go that much quicker, and I've already figured out how. That being said, after this video, I'm going to keep trying to finish recording all of the gameplay footage. I have to do this one now because I edited it. It's very hard for me to say for some reason. I edited it before I started messing around with all these programs and blah blah blah, all this stuff, figuring out what I'm gonna do. And because I'm too lazy to just, you know, scrap it and do it again, because I had to edit out like 40 or no, I'm gonna say 30 to 40 Zubat battles. They're freaking everywhere in here. But because of that, I decided instead I'll just go ahead and make this video and upload it, and then I'll go from there. I already have most of the game done. I have about, well, probably about half of the game done, like recorded and whatnot, so yeah. It won't be too long. I'm going to be working on it as much as I can. I actually found a much better Game Boy recorder too. Holy crap. Not that that matters. I had to find a new one for the Kirby's Dream Land LP because, oh good lord, the desync was horrible, and the stuff I do to fix desync, or I had been doing to fix it, it just wasn't working, so I had to find a new method of recording. I almost thought I wasn't going to be able to do the Kirby's Dream Land game. Which would have sucked, because I love that game. Just as much as I love this one. But still, anyway, I'm not going to keep talking about Kirby, because I'll save that for the next Kirby game I do, which will probably be after this one. But, you know, we'll keep that under our hats. Kind of. Zubat is tough, but it can be useful if you catch one. Well, lucky for me, I already caught one. And I seem like I'm wandering around right here. I would have cut this part out because I'm actually going to a Pokemon Center, but I run into a Paris. Now, I catch the Paris. I wouldn't be showing you this if I didn't. But the reason that I catch this Paris isn't because I plan on using it in battle. I actually think it's a pretty crappy Pokemon to use in battle because it's Bug/Grass, which means it has dual-type weaknesses out the wazoo. I mean, like, really bad. But I catch it because early on it can learn a lot of moves that are mandatory to beat the game. You have to have these moves and use them in order to get through it. And so I go ahead and catch one because it can learn several of these moves, and it's a tree sucker. Anyway, I believe after this I jump to the Pokemon Center and cut it out. Yep, I go and heal at a Pokemon Center. So I deposited Paris. Not Zubat, I'm using Zubat. I deposited Paris, and I healed, of course. And now we're going to continue on through Mount Moon. So yeah, this place is actually pretty big. It's a little bit confusing, and you can so bypass this girl. Wow, it's way bigger in here than I thought. Well, I just said that. Anyway, if you did catch a Zubat before this point, and you want to have it battle a little bit, this is probably the best person to battle in this cave to level up Zubat a tiny bit. Because Bug-type moves do have a slight advantage that they don't have in later games, in that they're not only super effective against Bug-type Pokemon, they're also super effective against Poison. Yeah, they're super effective against Poison-type Pokemon as well. This doesn't stay for later versions. I swear it doesn't. I even double-checked because I was like, whoa, wait a minute. But yeah, because of that, that is an advantage Bug-type moves do have. However, though, and I'm going to go into this more later. Oh, believe me, I'm going to go into this, because this is a really big deal in this game. But I'm saving it for a specific part. Bug-type moves, they're not worth it. I'll just leave it at that for now. Anyway, as you can see, it ripped apart Oddish pretty bad, and it's going to do the same to Bellsprout here. I actually like Bellsprout quite a bit, because in the cartoon, or anime, whatever you want to call it, there's an episode towards the end where Ash is battling some girl who has a Bellsprout, and this Bellsprout, it just beats the living crap out of Pikachu. Seriously, it kicks its ass so bad, if I remember right. It does all these weird dancing, wiggling, dodging type things, and just beats the living crap out of Pikachu, and I love it. It's hilarious. Anyway, though, she's a joke if you have a Zubat. If you don't, she's still a joke. Because you can just use a Pidgey and their moves won't hurt you very bad. Anyway, though, we're going to move on. And we go down the ladder. You can bypass all of this that I'm going to right now. Although I don't recommend it because you get a pretty awesome TM. Huh. Team Rocket's pulling a pretty big job in Mount Moon. Wonder what it is. Now, Zubat versus Zubat this early on is really annoying, and I don't recommend doing it. If you do decide to battle Zubat against Zubat, like it seems like I'm doing here, but I'm not, it all boils down to who gets the confusion off, because that's the only way you're going to beat these things. You don't have enough leech life to where you can take out another Zubat with a Zubat. It doesn't work. I've tried. Well, I should stress, you can do it. It's just, it takes forever. It's not fun. And yeah, I don't recommend it. If you have another Pokemon, just use them. Almost any Pokemon works well against Zubat here. Excuse me. And we got 69 EXP. Woo! My Zubat actually probably could take on level 12 EKANS just because it's super effective against it. However, though, and I think I may have mentioned this in a previous part, if I haven't, I'm going to again. The reason I don't use Zubat is because I don't think it could stand up to EKANS Wrap, which it never uses on me. I've gotten lucky so far. The reason Wrap is so broken in these first versions is because when they use Wrap, the Pokemon they're using Wrap on, they can't move. They can't do anything. And this actually shows up in the game Pokemon Stadium, which is basically just a battle simulator. But it shows up, and the AI knows it. It uses Thunder Wave and then Wrap. If you use Thunder Wave on a Pokemon and then you're wrapping it, the paralyzed Pokemon is never going to get to move, and you're just going to whittle away its HP till it's nothing. Seriously, they can't move, because if you're paralyzed, then your speed drops dramatically, and basically whatever Pokemon has Wrap is going to go first. And so yeah, Wrap is pretty broken in this. They fix it, I think, in the next version. Anyway, though, we found TM number 1. Woo! And it's a pretty awesome move. It's Mega Punch. So I debate teaching it to Squirtle. In the end, I think I decide not to, because Squirtle gets a move that I'm going to be using pretty soon here. Not in this video, but pretty soon here. It gets a move that's almost as good, and, you know, this way I save a TM for another Pokemon. And we found an Ether. Ethers restore PP by 10 of a selected move. Basically, you choose the move, it restores 10 PP. You do not want to use your Ethers this early in the game. You want to save them. It'll make the end part much, much easier, much, much quicker. Yes, I came to explore. No, I'm trying to get through the freaking cave. Also, that kid has a really messed up body. It's like a square with tiny little stick legs and arms. It's really weird. Freaks me out. Oh boy, another Rattata. So, Rattatat's actually really easy, as I've already mentioned, and blah blah blah, we've already seen this Pokemon. I swear we're gonna get to newer Pokemon, I swear it. So I use Supersonic, as you saw, to confuse before I switch out. It's very helpful to, at least this way, Zubat's contributing somehow. Not that it matters, I mean, I don't know, it just doesn't. Yeah, this guy's a joke. I think he has 3 Rattatas. Or Rattatas. Again, I can't stress enough, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, and I really don't care. They're giving a lot of EXP, though. Good lord. Oh, and I'm wrong. It's not 3 Rattatats. It's 2 Rattatats and a Zubat. So, Zubat can't hold a candle to Pidgey. Because Pidgey's a flying type move. Or, type Pokemon, rather. And Zubat's only damaging attack is Leech Life. Losing stinks. Of course it does. I came down here to show off to girls. You know, there's such a big flaw in that. How would coming into a mountain that people have to pass through in order to get to Cerulean City, how in the world would that be showing off to girls? I mean, yeah, we met 2 already, on our way through here, but seriously, how is that gonna work? I love this guy's evil grin. Look at the face on that guy. He just got this really weird evil grin. Anyway, so he has Geodudes and I think an Onix. He's basically Brock. Basically the exact same battle as Brock, only his are slightly lower level, I think, and he has 2 Geodudes instead of 1. You do not want to try and take these on with a Zubat. It just doesn't work. Leech Life is weak against Rock-type Pokemon. Good lord. Leech Life is not strong against Rock-type Pokemon, so it'll take forever and ever and ever. Instead, switch to a different Pokemon. Even Charmander's Ember hurt these things really bad compared to Zubat, so you really can't go wrong. And of course, Squirtle is a freaking overpowered god here. Seriously, nothing in this cave can touch Squirtle. It just rips everything to shreds. But then, Squirtle's the best Pokemon ever, so, you know. Seriously, it's just crazy. It's because they have a ×4 weakness to water, but still, it's just crazy. Wow, shocked again! I have to be here. How else am I going to get through this cave? Also, I'd like to point out this cave has like a ton of kids in it. Seriously, they're everywhere. I think there's something up here, but there ended up not being. I don't know. It's weird that there's an empty little path there. Ooh, another rocket. Little kids should leave grown-ups alone. But I can't. You're wearing this awesome uniform with a big R on your chest and you have a whip. Kids love uniforms and whips. Oh, boy. This is the evolved form of Rattata, the RATICATE. And, because I'm very much confident that Zubat can't take it, I switched to Squirtle, and there's no way this thing's gonna beat Squirtle. I mean, ooh, well, that kind of hurt, but it was a critical hit. He's not gonna get that lucky again. Yeah, we'll take him out with Water Gun before he can take him out. He's nothing. He's nothing. Oh. Oh! No! Yeah, so this guy's actually easily the toughest enemy in this, in Mount Moon, just because of this stupid Raticate. It has Quick Attack, which lets it hit first, and as you can see, Zubat can't take it. It just can't. And it has Hyper Fang, which I've mentioned before is way too overpowered for this early in the game. Seriously. Even Quick Attack alone would be enough to take me out. However, though, somehow I managed to pull through. Just a little spoiler, I guess. I managed to pull through and beat this guy. And the reason why is because of Sand Attack. I just start spamming it like crazy, because one Hyper Fang would pretty much do it for Pidgey. I don't think Pidgey could survive a Hyper Fang from a level 16 Raticate. So I spam Sand Attack so it can't hit me. And yeah, I pretty much just got lucky, because seriously, this thing way stronger than I was expecting. I really didn't think it was going to beat Squirtle. If I would have let Squirtle evolve into Wartortle, I guarantee you it wouldn't have beat him. But anyway, yeah, I managed to beat him somehow. It's friggin' crazy. I so thought I was going to lose this early in the game. But I didn't. Yay! And we gained a level. That was one of the funner battles I've had so far. He's steamed. Anywho, this pretty much concludes part number 5 of Pokemon Red. Stay tuned for part number 6. I'm Gene the Pink Panther. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later.